little gathering. We're gonna do some painting. Checking 1, 2. All right, welcome everybody. We're gonna start very soon. Thank you for being here. And just so you know what's up, we are live right now across several different channels. So that live stream is going on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. And all right, we've got some comments coming in. All right. Put this right here. You guys good? This is a, hey Mo. Mo, is Mo around? Mo, I think this is the most beautiful audience we've ever had in your building. No offense to the other guys. All right. All right, so welcome everybody. We're gonna get started in just a moment. Just what to expect today is I will be creating 2 paintings. Hopefully that's okay. You guys ready for 2 paintings? Okay. And since we're on a live stream right now, I believe they can actually all hear me as well. But during the live stream, I'm also gonna be chatting, sharing about my process, also sharing about Sircles as well. We'll be getting into Sircles. In between the 2 paintings, Chadi, my wife, and I, we will be interviewing John Worthington. John, right back here. So John will be coming up in a little bit, but we're gonna kick it off soon with a painting. And this will be kind of weird, but I'll be talking to the live stream audience as well. So if you hear me talking through the process, just know I'm not ignoring you. And also I may be answering some questions. So for example, Ray, have you seen me pop up on the chat? And I do have the chat open right now. So for example, Onery Push is watching on YouTube. Welcome. All right. So being that we are at, let's go to Jeremy's camera for this part. Okay. By the way, being that we are at Diamond Auto Sport, big thank you to Mo. Where is Mo? He ran off. He's up there. We're clapping for you. There he is. Come, look at Mo up there. Thank you for opening your doors to us. You know, it being almost Monterey Car Week. I don't know if anyone's into F1 or cars at all, but that is what is inspiring the paintings that I'll be creating today. So the first one, as it comes to life, we'll do that. So you should be good. All right. Let's go back to this chat. And of course, my mom is watching the live stream as well. So are we on his camera? Yeah. Okay, cool. If you come on this side over here. All right, so welcome everybody who's watching this live stream across all the channels. My name is David Garibaldi. I know right now I'm live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, just all over the place. So wherever you are right now, just drop your name, your city in the chat. We're gonna shout you out. I have the chat open here, several different chats. And also I wanna show you too, if you're watching this live, we have a beautiful live audience as well. So Ray, let's show them. Actually, there you go, Jeremy. Just guys wave at the camera, say hello. The other special thing about this live stream is it is being presented in partnership with Sircles. I've been mentioning it, talking about it a lot during my live streams to social media. And we're gonna be interviewing the founder, one of the founders, co-founder or founder? Co-founder, one of the co-founders of Sircles. We're gonna be learning about that, and also this really unique journey that they're on, as they've been really crowdfunded and supported by a lot of people, because this has been you know, a breath of fresh air when it comes to community, online, and social media. So we'll share more about that. If you are ready to get the F1 painting started, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Live audience, you don't need to give me a thumbs up, so it's all right. But yeah, we're gonna get started. Let me just check this real quick. All right, shout out to Debbie Burns, JTM365, Juan Carlos, awesome, Michelle Stevens, even Sircles is in the chat. I don't know how that's happening, some weird universe. All right, it's beautiful. And then maybe you could pull up like the Instagram one and like let me know if we should shout anyone out. So, you guys ready for the first painting? All right, sweet. And also, you don't need to adjust your screen watching this. I am sweating already profusely, so. All right, when I start this painting as well, I will be sharing about my process, but if you have any questions, just ask them in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. All right, let's go. So those of you watching, if you notice, we're not in my studio, we're at Diamond Autosport here in Sacramento. I think I'm just gonna move in at this point. So I think if you get paint on a car, you get to stay here. So, oh, you know what, Landon, can we get the paints open? There we go. If we can start on this side with the lids over here. All right, we'll get those open. Thank you, Landon. In the meantime, let me just check this out. Yeah, Debbie Burns. Yes, we got Sircles here. Tanya Wilcox, welcome. So I see Barbara in Roseville, California. Any other shout outs, Chadi? Lush Balloon, shout out to Lush as well. Zane's mom. Zane's mom is also watching. By the way, is anyone a fan of F1 or Formula One? All right, cool. So you'll be the one that will recognize this, both of you, yes. All right. All right, we're good to go. All right, let's do this. Let's paint. And then feel free to, Jeremy, you can go all around wherever you want. Yeah, all right. Let's go. So since I don't normally paint Formula One paintings, this is the first time that I've painted this portrait or these paintings today. I will say actually no, I'm not gonna give anything away. You'll start to see what it is. Yeah, usually at the live shows, I'm usually not able to talk like this through the process, so always makes it interesting. But usually this part of the painting, whether I'm at a live show, whether I'm live streaming, I always call this the undertone. So this is a color that I want to be seen throughout. So we'll call it a Ferrari red. This Ferrari red, I want you to feel it all throughout this painting, no matter how much paint I add to this. Don, do you know any Ferrari drivers? You do? Okay, that's good to know. I might put your knowledge to the test later. By the way, those of you too who are live with us, if you have a question, feel free to ask and I can answer it to the live stream audience. Don't be shy. But if you come to another live show, I may not be able to talk during it. So this is a unique experience. But this process is like a mixture of precision, performance, being mindful of the time, but also mindful of how the portrait's going to look and feel at the end. Great. Was it my mom that asked that?
No. Just Ice 008.
Okay. So Just Ice just asked, what is my favorite painting? Honestly, my favorite painting that I've done, I think the most universally powerful one has always been Jesus. That portrait, the way it's created, it's like, very spiritually led. But also, so is Einstein is also a universally fun portrait as well. Or the Godfather, yeah. That is actually the only Godfather, the one that I've done for you, Chris, yeah. Ooh, great question. So B.A. Mays asked, do I practice these before I start a live session? I wish I could, but I don't. So all of these paintings that I do during the live streams, you could imagine the live stream like this is the practice session. This is learning it on the spot, in front of people, figuring it out. It's just the added pressure, because if it doesn't work out, I will wish that I practice. But this is all just, you know, as real as you can get. I would say when we do larger shows like the bigger productions, I definitely practice those. There's a lot more pressure to get it right once. Not to say you guys aren't amazing, but also it's a different type of pressure. So those of you just joining us on the live stream, welcome. I'll be doing 2 paintings during the live stream. And also in between the 2 paintings, I will be, actually myself and my wife will be interviewing John Worthington, co-founder of Sircles, which is bringing you this live session. Miho, shout out to Miho. So Miho asked, what is my most difficult painting? I've shared this with you before, but my most difficult painting was painting Chadi. So a little fun fact, next to my side of the bed, I have a 6-foot portrait of Chadi next to the bed. So fellas, if you want to commission one of your wife, let me know. Russ is looking at me in the back of the room like, bro. But no, the reason why it was difficult is obviously she's incredibly beautiful, but with this style of painting, starting with the black canvas and a face that has no blemishes, it's hard to use that black canvas. So it takes a little bit longer, a little more concentration, but that was one of the most difficult ones. The other one over time has always been Marilyn Monroe, same thing. It's like this icon of beauty, and it has to be done right the first time. All right. She did not force me to say that, by the way. She didn't ask that and was like looking at me like, better answer that right. Great question. Have I ever painted on a white canvas? Yeah, for sure. It's very rare that I paint on a white canvas, but if I do, it's usually a commission, something in the studio, because it takes a little extra longer. You know, the beauty of the black canvas is there's a whole shade, the shadow is done for me. So the white canvas takes a little bit more time. Dawn, any guesses yet? All right, there we go. Spoil it, yeah, for everyone. Yes, right now I am painting Mr. Lewis Hamilton. I think it's official to say he's an icon in Formula One. Right, someone agreed, yeah. I would agree. Great question. So, who was the person? So Galen first asked, does it take a long time to get the proportion part of the painting done? Yes and no. I've been painting for my whole life, over 22 years professionally. So I would say I've definitely learned some tricks along the way to figure that part out, but it always starts with finding a great reference image. So for example, as you see this painting come to life, I chose this one because it's easier for me through the process and how I paint to figure out the proportions as I'm painting. So it always starts with whatever reference you pick will determine how that painting experience is going to be. Yeah, so what inspired this style of painting? So this style was, the way that I paint was started by an artist. His name is Denny Dent. Now Denny Dent started this style of painting, we'll call it performance painting, in the early 80s, almost like I think like 1981. And I didn't come across his work until 2003. was a mixture of art, music, dance, all these things. But immediately, as soon as I saw his work, I was completely inspired. The next day, I was in my garage trying to figure this out. But the credit goes to Denny Dent because he was doing it before the age of media. He was just a crazy guy on stage figuring it out, but he took it to the highest level. But that was enough inspiration for me to think, okay, there's Denny Dent, there was a handful of other artists doing something similar, but I thought, okay, if they've taken it that far, let's see how far we can take it. So that was 22 years ago, inspired by Denny Dent, and I think we've taken it pretty far since then. So Chanel asked, when am I painting Sophia? Did you pay her to ask that? Yeah, that's a great friend, putting me on the spot like that. That's a great question. Well, I've drawn Sophia. So by the way, those watching, someone asked, have I painted my stepdaughter, my daughter? I've drawn her before, but I haven't painted it yet. Same thing. It's like her portrait, you know, it has to be perfect. So you guys can't see. Show the world Sophia. Look at it. See, difficult portrait. I mean, if you're gonna put me on the spot, you know. All right, let me keep this going. Again, welcome everybody who's watching across channels right now. Welcome, we're doing an F1 inspired painting series, 2 paintings. In between, we'll be meeting one of the co-founders of Sircles, but right now, as you can see, painting Mr. Lewis Hamilton coming to life. By the way, the biggest surprise about this painting style that I did not expect was how physical it was gonna be. Like, I've always been a big kid growing up. I wasn't necessarily an athlete, but I had to become athletic to do this style of painting, whether it was, you know, starting off doing cardio running and then eventually getting more serious about fitness, but it's been a journey for sure. That's probably one of the biggest surprises about this. Great questions, by the way. If you're watching this, keep the questions coming in the chat. They are reading the questions to me live while I'm painting. Wow, who's my favorite artist? Great question. I would say I have so many different favorite artists. One of them is Leroy Neiman. If you see his style of paintings, you'll see why he inspires me. Obviously, Denny Dent. Now he's a friend, but Justin Bua, another huge inspiration to my artwork. And again, now a great friend. But I would say those are the top 3 favorite artists. So Denny Dent, naturally, Leroy Neiman, Justin Bua. Oh yeah, Cody Stabile. Cody's actually another super talented performance painter based in Pittsburgh. So the cool thing about doing this style of painting is I get to meet all these new younger artists that are getting into this painting across the world, from India, UK, all over the US, and Cody, incredible guy, super talented. You guys doing all right? You guys good? All right, thank you. So with these live stream paintings, it's really, I know normally I do these paintings in 6 minutes on stage in front of an audience. I like kind of being able to take my time with this and share the process, answer the questions. And not that I don't want to do it live on stage, it's just it's kind of like an acoustic set. It's like as close as I can get to an acoustic set as a painter. Uh-huh. So who would I love to paint that I haven't painted yet? That's a great question. Man, there's so many portraits. That's such a hard question to answer. I would say, honestly, there's people in my life, portraits that I would love to honor them with portraits. So my mom, I think, yeah, my mom, for sure. But I think there are people in my life that I would love to do their portraits because I know them and I know I would want to just, I love to show love to my friends through art as well. So yeah, I'll go with that. Thanks, Z. Great question. So Abstract Tro asks, am I using acrylic or oil? I am using, technically it's acrylic, it's latex house paint. So this is the same paint from Home Depot. It's Bare Ultra Premium. I'm not sponsored, but I love their paint. And it's acrylic because it's technically water-based. And it's technically washable if it gets on your clothes front row. So it'll come out. Okay. How many calories do I burn in a painting? Yeah, so how many calories do I burn in a painting? That's a great question. I think on average, through a show, like a live show, when I'm doing 2 to 3 paintings, it's like in the 600 range. But it's all cardio, it's not like lifting. It's cardio and just sweat. Let's open that. All right. Mr. Hamilton with his nose ring. He's got a little diamond on his ear. So this first layer of paint, it's, you know, it's like, I would call it the base layer because after this, when I start mixing the colors, it's kind of when I add the artistic layer, the artistic voice to all this. But this is, I would say, the hardest part of the portrait is getting the proportion, getting the initial likeness. And it's never perfect, and that's okay. I don't stress too much about that part.
How do you choose the color scheme?
Miho. So Miho asked, how do I choose the color scheme? So in this area that I'm painting in, I've got about maybe like 16 different colors. And I chose the colors so I can mix them as I go and they can really create any color along the way. So it's chosen more based on, I guess it would be chosen based on utility, you know, being able to mix and get more out of them. So doing the first painting right now in a little bit, we'll be meeting John Worthington. We're gonna do an interview with him, learn more about Sircles, why I've been talking about it so much, why we love it so much.
Do you have a photo that you refer to when painting? Your work is always amazing to watch.
Great question. So I don't have a photo up here. So by the way, on this phone right here is blank now, but it's usually the chat. But that's one thing I don't have photos up here as a reference, but I do have to study the images ahead of time to make sure that they're coming together. But yeah, that's just not, I wish I had a photo, but I've trained myself over time to be able to memorize the important parts about the portrait. So that comes to life. All right.
Have you ever painted Johnny Depp?
Have I ever painted Johnny Depp? I have never painted Johnny Depp. At least not yet. All right, let's stitch that. Hello, Natalie Min. Welcome. Welcome to anyone in the chat, really. At some point, I think we're getting the camera fixed. Okay, cool. Over here. Welcome over here.
Simply Marie 27 said, I'm amazed at your memory retention, your eye color, and facial expression. Mind blowing.
Thank you for that. I wish I had a mic on you to say those, but yeah. All right, let's keep this going. Switch down to some smaller brushes and more detail with the lips and then the eyes. And then we're gonna start filling in some of those sponsors. Could you imagine being a sponsor of Lewis Hamilton and then eventually he gets his portrait painted and your logo is in a portrait? It's pretty wild. So sometimes when I'm painting live, just like right now, I'm mixing two colors live during a live show. This is happening super fast where I dip the brush, two separate colors, mix it as I'm getting close to the canvas like this. So again, what I'm doing here is just like a slightly slower version of what I do on stage. We're just getting that color adding a little rosiness into the lip. And you know, these paintings could be done quicker, but I do think about, we back on here? I do think about the painting hanging up afterwards, being on a wall in someone's house, and the painting has to still stand alone on its own eventually as well. So, all right, let's add in, this part is always fun. Actually, you can probably come a little bit closer for this, but no matter what stage of the portrait that I'm at, this part where I start to add the actual eyes in there, it always never ceases to amaze me. It starts to bring it to life. So we'll start with a little bit of gray before we go white. Letting that black canvas still show through, not completely filling it in. When I used to do the white of the eyes in portraits, when I first started, I used to like just bake it on, but over time, you want to become more observant as an artist through this process. And from that is learning from your mistakes. That's the only way to become observant through it. But just like that, like a light touch for the eye, a little bit of the, call it the catch on the eye, but just that little subtle piece. Now we'll go back into the white, and then we'll add a little bit more of the white highlight, just like that. And then we'll complete the hairline rim. There we go. All right, now let's move lower on the jersey, get some of the sponsors on there. I did have to memorize HP's logo earlier, something I never thought I'd have to do. That was not on my bingo card, at least this week. Right. I have to say, it is a little, it's a little surreal to be doing this in front of a live audience, because usually when I'm doing live streams, it's this same thing, but alone. It's like me and Ray or Landon, like it's just two of us in the studio, so it's a little surreal. Can't remember if I've ever done an HP logo before, but we'll add that to the list. So a lot of times too, when we're doing these live streams, we're also recording the content for whatever you see me post on Instagram or TikTok as well. So for example, this content will be used as a post later on. So we're trying to say we're multitasking this whole process. Always try to do this in as few brush strokes as possible, as if I'm on stage. IBM, got that logo placement. Let's go. All right, and now the fun logo, the Ferrari logo. By the way, is there anyone that knows a lot about Formula One here? I know you. I know, would Russ know? Where's Russ at? Russ, would you be comfortable sharing a little bit? Are these mics live? Yeah. Would you mind sharing a little bit? Okay, this is what I want to know. No, I think Russ, you could. We're gonna put Russ in the spot over here. Yes. This. Okay. Come on. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Okay. I have a formula. Everyone make some noise for Russ Putman. And you're in the car-ish business, yeah? Do you want to share about that at all, or secret?
Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, parts distribution.
There we go. Okay. And so Lewis Hamilton used to be on a different team on Mercedes.
Yes.
So what was the transition like from Lewis Hamilton going from Mercedes to now he's at, where is he?
Well,
where
I
is he now?
mean, I would defer to Don for this. My wife's a Formula One fanatic.
Uh-huh.
And I'm,
It was a really quick transition.
Okay.
there you go. I mean, I'm deferring to the real hero of Formula One over there.
Okay. That's very sweet of you also. Yeah.
I'm in the business, so there's a level of burnout after 20 years where you just become numb to it all.
Okay.
I do have the knowledge, I guess.
And how do you feel about the sport becoming more popular in the US? Because obviously it's popular in the world, as is football, we call soccer, Formula One is an international sport.
So for me, personally, I'm not a car guy. Ironically, being in the car business.
Yeah?
There's a big misconception in that space.
Okay.
But I got addicted watching Drive to Survive on Netflix. And it was boring for me to watch cars drive around the track in circles. I had no interest. But when they did it on that series, bringing in the stars and the music and the way Netflix does whatever they do, it brought a level of thrill and excitement that I got addicted to. And again, Dawn would be like, what is that noise? Can we turn it down? It's so loud. Because it's the cars. What they did great for this business was film these people in their personal lives, at the events, at the races, with the teams, the coaches, all of it. So you get invested into the human. And then when you watch a race, now you are into it because you understand what they're doing, how it works, and you become invested, and it's addicting. So I binge watched like 3 seasons over a few weeks. I went out of town on work one day and I came home. I kept talking to her, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this. She goes, I have no interest. And I came in the house and I went upstairs and I went in the bedroom, the master, and it was on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was up in the bedroom on, maybe like season 2, episode whatever. And I went in the bathroom, I'm like, what's going on out there? She goes, oh my God, I'm addicted.
Yeah.
And then it's just become a thing.
So there's some pretty big personalities, obviously, to carry a Netflix show.
Yeah, and if some of you watched it, I'm assuming, no?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you haven't, I would suggest.
Okay.
It's
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you sharing. Make some noise for Russ. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right. So those of you watching, I'm going to be wrapping up this painting in just, a couple more colors, throwing some paint, and then in just a moment, we're going to meet one of the co-founders of Sircles, who's helping present this, but also an incredible app that we've become a part of. It's been my app of choice for positivity, no bots, no drama, and we've started our own communities in there as well. I think we have over 800 people in just my group chat alone, but it does so much more, and we're going to learn about that in just a moment. But let's finish the painting first. I'm going to go with this Ferrari badge yellow first, and then we're going to do like a little ombre. By the way, usually at shows we have the music really loud so you don't hear my heavy breathing. That's typically, so lucky you, you get to hear the heavy breathing. All right, so we'll start with the bright yellow and then we'll start stair-stepping that, bringing this gray.
What was your favorite part of Puerto Rico?
Great question. So friend Chad, collector, he just asked what was my favorite part of our wedding week in Puerto Rico. So 3 months ago, we got married in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico, Chadi and I. Not me and Chad, me and Chadi. And I think the most beautiful part about the weekend was, one, feeling the love of everyone that made the trip out. There's people here that were at our wedding that invested time and resources to go all the way out there. So we felt that love and support. I would say too, where we got married, there's a really cool story. It was in front of this statue. It's called Rogativa. La Rogativa. This statue, and it's a statue of a priest and some children holding up candles. So the story goes that the Spaniards were there to invade the island of Puerto Rico. And so they sent out the priests, the children, just to get bigger numbers out there, to show a bigger presence, to trick the people who were invading, to make them think that that was an army. Well, they thought that, and the ships turned around, and it kind of started this chain of events that led to Puerto Rico being more independent. And so that was the torches. That was next to us as we said our vows, as we got married. And when we first saw that, I envisioned that's like the people in our life that have prayed over us and got us to this point. And so it was just very symbolic. I would say, yeah, there were so many elements to Puerto Rico that we loved. Biggest one was obviously the people. All right. Doing my best to ombre this yellow. All right, now my next favorite part, to throw some paint. Clean these hands real quick, add a little bit of black detail, and then we'll end with the handprint. I used to think it was cheating to have black paint next to me on stage. I don't know why. There's like these rules that you put on yourself in art that are not true, but now it's a great tool to cut back into the image. But when I started this painting, it was a completely black canvas, and now throughout this stream, in front of this live audience, this portrait has come to life of Mr. Lewis Hamilton. All right. I think we should do a Ferrari red. Yeah. All right. And this right here. There we go. All right. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna do something really special right now. We're gonna bring some chairs over. So Landon and Ray, if you guys could bring over some chairs. And I would love to invite my wife, Chadi, and also John, one of the co-founders. Come on over. We'll get a chair set up. Welcome. I'm gonna grab a towel so I can wipe my sweat. I'm probably gonna get paint on this chair, by the way. Just. You wanna come over? Yep. Yeah. John, welcome. Oh yes, please grab that and grab that microphone. Yeah, Ray he's gonna set the camera and then we'll get that on right now. But yeah, feel free to sit down. All right, you wanna test it, make sure?
Nope.
And is yours on right now?
Check one,
Check one, two.
check one, check two.
All right, we'll wait till we get a thumbs up.
There's one.
There we go.
One.
Hello, hello.
And hopefully they can hear us on the stream as well. We'll get a thumbs up from Ray. We're good to go. All right, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody again. So this is obviously, I've been painting live today. We did the portrait of Lewis Hamilton, and we're here beyond just the painting, we're here to really learn more about and celebrate what Sircles is. So before we get to that, can you introduce yourself and tell us first who you are, but also just a short journey of what led you to what Sircles that we know of today?
Sure. Thank you, David. Great performance, by the way. Wasn't this incredible?
Thank you.
Wow. Amazing. Yes, thank you, and thanks everyone for coming today. I'm one of the co-founders of the Sircles app. David's mentioned it a couple times. It's something very near and dear to us. My couple co-founders are here. This app is really special to us because we are a small business owner ourselves. We started just the two of us. My business partner Todd over there, we met in college, and just had this great idea of why don't we start a tech company? He's great with tech, I'm good with marketing. We're like, should we start a company? Yeah, okay. And we did, and it was the two of us that started, and then a few years later, we're ending up now 12 locations, 100 employees, and great reputation online, great reputation with our customers. The reputation means everything to us. Over time, as the internet grew and different sites popped up, we ended up noticing there are some reviews on sites like, let's say Yelp, for example, that seem real unfair. And as a small business owner, of course, our reputation is everything, and they won't do anything for you. Good luck trying to call them and tell them, like, this is a competitor, like they use their actual account. It's not even really a customer, or it's an ex-employee or something with an axe to grind. Yelp won't help you at all. So we kind of battled with them over years, actually got fed up, stopped paying them for a while, and literally overnight, they filtered over 200 five-star reviews off of our computer repair business page and tanked our score from 5 stars to 3.5 stars just to make us look bad, literally overnight. And so we felt extorted. We started talking to other small business owners. We heard the same story over and over again, like Yelp's this billion-dollar bully, and they felt trapped. They felt like they're helpless. You can't once it exists, you can't get rid of it. And so we thought, why is there not a place I can go where I just see recommendations from people I know, my friends, people I trust, because I trust my friends' recommendations way more than strangers writing reviews online. I don't know who they are, what their motivation is. Not to mention, you might read 4 good reviews on a restaurant and then this really horrible one on the 5th one, and it's like, well, now I'm not so sure if I should go there. Versus if my friend has a dentist recommendation, I trust him. In fact, one of our employees, our GM, we all go to his dentist now. And that it was the kind of the genesis of the idea for the Sircles app is there is no app, there's no website, no central place where you can go and just see recommendations from people you trust. And it seems so obvious. So that's why we decided to do the Sircles app. And because it's just recommendations, what set us apart and made it unique to all these other social platforms and online review stuff is that recommendations are positive. Facebook, Twitter, everything else, it's a lot of toxicity going on in there, a lot of negative stuff, and it's getting worse and worse, it feels like. So we intentionally built the Sircles app to be positive. We put guardrails in and made sure that every step of the way, the design was there to keep the community positive, and as it grows and scales, which it's been doing, we'll talk some more about that, it has actually been proving that we can keep this a positive community at scale. So it's really incredible. So that was kind of the backstory.
It's like the reverse villain story. It's like the hero's journey of what led us here.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. If you have nothing good to say, don't say it at all.
Exactly.
The old-fashioned way.
Right.
So tell us a little bit more what Sircles doing now.
Yeah, and now that we've gotten through years of development and grinding, and probably the hardest thing we've ever tried to do, foolishly maybe, I'm glad we did it. I'm not sure if I would have done it if I could have predicted how hard this was going to be. But anyway, 5-6 years of development, we are finally getting traction this year, partnering with some amazing influencers like David and Shadi, and they have some communities that are thriving. And there's all kinds of different passions that are all the way from art and fitness and wellness to athletics and astrology and really everything you can think of. So lately, we've been just celebrating. We've been like, oh my God, we did it. Like we finally got it to where the features are coming together and communities are thriving and springing up, growing, and staying positive, which was, of course, that's the underlying mission.
Yeah, and I want to add to that. So a lot of people have these ideas, they build apps, but what are the numbers? Like how many people are we talking about that are on this app? Because I know when I started using it, I never thought I would be on there this much, but I'm on there way more than I expected, but I love it. So how many more people are like me that are on there? Like what are the actual numbers?
Right, I loved hearing that, by the way, and I hear that a lot. And I know Zane's here,
It's a good
and
thing.
and Aliana, Miho, I love hearing how addicted they are to it, and they're like, if I take a shower, I'm gonna miss something.
Yeah.
And so we have about 65,000 people now, and most of that's growing just from this year. And the idea is here, we want to get to millions of users. There's no reason why the Sircles app can't be the next big thing, can't really replace Facebook. You know, we never set out to do that. We wanted to beat Yelp in the beginning, but as we grew and our community is saying how much they love the safe space and the refreshing, constructive environment that they don't really get. They're like, I'm not even using Facebook anymore. I'm not using Instagram anymore. So we thought, you know, Facebook didn't know that they're going to be Facebook when they started. They were out college campuses, you know, messing around, doing whatever they're doing. But, you know, look at them now, they're $1 trillion company. And so we've set our sights higher. We don't need to be a Facebook to really be successful, but why not set a really high goal for ourselves, and maybe we can change the world.
Yeah.
Personally, how have you funded Sircles?
Well, and that's been a big part of it. The community has been the driving force. So we discovered crowdfunding, which is kind of a new concept in startup investing. It's sanctioned by Congress, so it's totally legit, and it's SEC regulated. But it provides some unique opportunities. This is not like a GoFundMe or like a Kickstarter kind of thing. These aren't donations, these are actual investments. But you can get small investors in aggregate to invest in your company. And if you have a good mission and a good product, the sky's the limit. Like our company, for example, we're one of the top all time in the history of crowdfunding. We've raised over $7 million, and which is like puts us in that top tier. And that also means those investors are super loyal users, right? Because they're invested. Mm-hmm. So they bring in friends and family. So it's been a really synergistic effort to help us grow. That's kind of why we're here today, is to talk about it. You know, the Sircles app we have some revenue. We made like $100,000 in revenue last year, but our budget is, we have 7 or 8 engineers that make more money than I do. So to get to that next milestone, obviously we have to fund ourselves, and crowdfunding's been a great vehicle.
Yeah, and so where are you at right now with this particular round? Because we're talking about the WeFunder campaign. So where are you at right now, and where are we at today?
Well, tomorrow's the last day. So if you're interested, there's a link that probably on the QR code over here somewhere. And David has been extremely gracious to offer 4 amazing perks that actually there's only 3 now, because one was claimed yesterday,
Good to
within
know.
minutes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
That's
do you
good
want
to
to tell the audience about
Yeah, so I think, again, what's interesting about the crowdfunding for this is we can get creative with perks. There's the simple ones like giving yourself getting a badge, you know, earning badges on the actual app. But I thought, well, since we're invested in it and we are part of this experience, like let's add something. So I offered 4 different studio experiences for anyone that invests $30K, at least up to $30K each. So what comes with that studio experience is one custom painting. They host up to 20 of their friends in the studio. I have several people here that have had those experiences already. And normally in auction, they go alone for 20 to 30 just on their own. So not only do you get ownership and equity, you also get this really unique experience.
Yeah, and the first one went in 7 minutes of us posting.
Oh,
that
really?
perk.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good to know. So there's only 3 left, which is amazing.
Yeah, and it hosts up to 20 or so people.
Yeah,
right?
so up to 20, we can fit some more. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
obviously, we're gonna have, cater it with some sushi. But those experiences, imagine this, but your closest friends, and it's not live streaming. It is, and the painting, I've done the paintings of virtually anything. I mean, they could be, I think one of the most interesting ones was a cow sitting on a couch. It was this family that owned this massive ranch. It's like been in the family. And I was like, are you sure you want that? They're like, yeah. So I think another one, we've done a Godfather painting for Chris and his family. a bunch of other ones, but that's also the unique aspect is the value of the paintings, the performance, and the private experience.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
thank you so much for offering these
Yeah.
incredible perks.
And she'll put you on the treadmill during that time. No, I'm kidding.
That too. Tell us a little bit more about how anyone and everyone can get a piece of the pie.
Yeah, and the other cool thing about crowdfunding is that you don't have to be a millionaire. The minimum investment's only $250, so it's really accessible to anybody. You know, you can probably find it from somewhere.
But put that in perspective. 250 now, or let's just say it's 1,000. Like back of the napkin math. What could that potentially turn into? Obviously, investment is a risk. You have to share all that stuff.
Yeah, and you're right, David.
Yeah.
It's a high risk investment. Obviously, startups mostly fail, so do not invest more than you're willing to lose. But if we make it, if Sircles, this moonshot type of company, we don't have to build warehouses or factories or any of those kind of asset hard costs. Once we get the digital software right, we get the flywheel going, the potential is incredible. Like we could go, and kind of a goal now is all this work. Let's get to that exit. Maybe this next 6-12 months. I mean, we could have a multi-billion-dollar valuation once we get the flywheel going. $1,000 investment at 1,000x is $1 million. And so now that we have 7,000-ish investors in this community, Sacramento region, potentially there could be thousands of millionaires in this community, which could change the whole trajectory of the city. So we are passionately driving forward on it, and of course that's the risk reward part of it. Yes, it's high risk, but the reward is incredible if it hits. Can't promise anything. Again, we're going to try our hardest. I can't promise it's going to happen, but I can promise this team and our team, which is really across the country and even some overseas, are in it to win it. We post our work sessions every day online, full transparency. I love these guys. They are so dedicated. I'm not afraid of Facebook coming and offering them more money because they will turn it down. Like we are all in on this, and they are brilliant and badass, and we're going to keep doing it as hard as we can until we get to that exit or die trying.
And real quick, cover that, just one other thing, cover the transparency right now, because WeFunder you're audited constantly. I mean, whenever they ask, like, can you just share real quick about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are, it's SEC regulated, so we pay for an audit every year. It's like $20,000, and we have to do the full-blown audit, tick-tack, every single transaction is tick and tied all the way through. They're posted publicly on the WeFunder platform. And we go the extra mile, because that's why I like to show the team. People are asking, what are you guys doing? Well, come check it out. See us every day. And then I give constant updates. So I'll write really detailed updates about the good, the bad, all the things that are going on, and we get good input too when we get the feedback loop.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Number one, someone asked me, and it was a great question. Is it only in Sacramento? And is this also a campaign only for the next few days, or is this something open up later?
Campaign is ending tomorrow evening, and that will be the end. No guarantee we'll do another one. We're about that time where we're going to graduate. We were talking to someone here about graduating to venture capital, and so this may be the last crowdfunding campaign. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow's the last day. But anybody in the world can get in, and anybody in the world can use the app. We have people add their favorites. This is kind of how it works when you recommend something. You favorite it. So favorite Diamond Autosport, and thank you so much to the Diamond family for bringing us here and allowing us to use your space. But when you add a favorite, it's recommended to everyone following you. And we have favorites all over the world, all over the country. It is definitely concentrated more in this area, but wherever you travel, you'll probably find
Yeah, and I've definitely been favoriting places as I go on tour and go as well. I want to add a personal note, because obviously we've invited a lot of our close family and friends here, and being on social media, I now have over 2 million followers across channels, and the biggest frustration about that, about putting the work in, growing that audience, is there's not one platform where I feel like there's any community. Like there are people that can send you DMs or go in the comments and say like, I love this one, awesome, but like that's where it ends.
Right.
As soon as I opened up my Garibaldi Arts Club, selfish plug to join, but as soon as I opened up, it wasn't just about the growth in there already, it is the daily interaction. Obviously we do some fun giveaways as incentives for people to join, but the point is, I can encourage artists. There's artists in there asking very specific questions that I can answer.
Right.
And we go back and forth. True artist community, a true creative community. So that's just been my personal experience.
You feel like it sets Circles apart from
For
these
sure.
other platforms.
Same thing
right?
with me. Like I want to commit to answering all the DMs, but there is like that wall, and I can just, and everybody is part of the community in my app, Change
Yeah.
with Chatty, my selfish plug. But it's nice to interact with everyone and also motivate people, because it's that wall of like, it's only positivity in this room.
Right.
And so I think that a lot of people from COVID coming out of just hiding behind their phones, people miss the community aspect. And the fact that we enforce the positivity is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, and I hear that a lot. Is the influential people that have a big following. It's not really a warm place to interact on some of those other platforms. It's comments, and sometimes you're dealing with trolls. Versus actual commitment, or it's connection, I should say.
Yeah.
Close connection to your audience, and that back and forth that you don't really get on other platforms, which I think makes Circles unique.
Yeah, and also too, David and I, and I'm sure a lot of other people who are influencers, get a lot of people who are the fly in the walls who are negative. This is attached to a phone number, so you cannot hide. We will find you.
Right.
Who are you?
Right. Exactly.
So-
She'll find you. I won't find you.
But I love the fact that it's like, if you're negative or you say anything that's like not good, that's like, when I say that, you guys know what I mean. It's like you're out.
Yeah, and the community self-polices too. We have some chats with over 10,000 people in them.
That's
and,
incredible.
And yeah, and even some real serious situations that are going on with that community. But you see the constructive conversations and the support. And if anybody goes a little too far, they're just like, whoa, man, kind of dial it back. And everyone's okay, I'm sorry. And it's like a family in there. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, again, I appreciate you taking the time. It's such a unique point of Circles' journey right now. I think before you go on to that next venture capital step, which we all hope for, but it's just unique because people can be a part of an app and a community that they're using and contributing to. So I think that's incredible. You guys have gone that route for Circles.
Yeah, well, we are hoping for worldwide adoption and people enjoying this as a whole society, because I think we can all agree social media maybe let us down a little bit. So let's leave it to the Circles app. If we can get more and more support, we've started locally here, but I think we're ready now to expand globally and spread the positivity.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate you taking time. Can I do one more painting for you guys? So we're at Diamond Auto Sport, but make some noise for John. Those of you watching on the live stream as well, there's a link in both of our bios to join our arts club. Go check it out. You can actually see what we're talking about. If you're here in the room, you can also, we have the QR codes here as well. But thank you. And then I would love to chat when I'm done with the next one, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
We'll do one more chat. All right. Let's keep this going. Thank you guys. Yeah. We'll switch out the canvas. Appreciate that. Yeah. Good job. Thank you. I don't want to hug you.
Yeah.
Get paint on you. All right. We'll get this switched out. All right. If you're watching online, we are just switching out the canvases, taking Mr. Lewis Hamilton off, and I've got another F1 inspired painting. All right, here, I'll take that, Landon. I'll take that. Okay, and then if you want to, the chairs. All right, so once that chair moves, I'm gonna get right into it. Great, all right, awesome. Those of you watching right now, just drop your city, state, or country in the chat. We've got the chat open, they're gonna be sharing with me. If you have questions, ask those in the chat as well. Let me just open this up. So the next one, again, we're doing F1 inspired paintings today. I just did a portrait of Lewis Hamilton, and we're gonna get to the next one. You can see it in the background right now, so let's see. All right, let's get to this. By the way, I have the chat open, so as you chat, I can read it. All right, thank you, Landon. All right. So I'm just starting the second painting right now. Those of you watching, welcome. We just finished the Lewis Hamilton portrait, starting the next one. If you're watching this on Instagram or TikTok, just hit the likes. Any platform you're watching on, just hit the likes. And the best way to support these live streams is to share. Let's go with some smaller brushes. By the way, real quick, take a look around the room. I want to show you guys, we have a live audience with us. We're here at Diamond Auto Sport. We got some folks over here. What's up? How are you, man? Good to see you. Mr. Aaron Lee. So this is the first time I think we've done a live stream offsite. Hello, how are you? All right, let's get back to it. So as you can see, it's F1 inspired, but I am representing Sacramento in this painting. Sacramento, California is where I'm based, where we're located right now. So these are just the beginning stages. Yes. When do I know I'm done with paint? Great question. Like, for example, the first one I did, I could easily spend another hour on it, but I'm also trying to walk that delicate line of whatever happened in the moment, leave it. That's what happened in the moment. So I don't think a painting's really ever done, to be honest. It's just, but if I kept working on it, I can never go to the next and feel fulfilled. So it's never done. Long story short, it's never done, but I have to move on to the next one. So it does help painting fast though, to be able to enjoy that part of the process. Yes, yeah. And that's the unique thing about the art form is making a painting that obviously looks good, but also during the experience, keeping the audience, locked in with you. Get rid of these. By the way, buildings are the most unfun things to paint. Buildings and logos, but it'll make sense when the painting is done. And also, usually portraits are way more organic feeling. You know, there's a lot more fluid motion as opposed to architecture or logos, which are very straight, crisp lines. The good thing is, if you develop a style that allows for some freedom, like this, you don't have to get caught up in that as much. I promise we'll get to the F1 part of this, but the space in the bottom will be a car that I'll be featuring, but right now I'm just kind of representing the city of Sacramento that we're in, that I love. All right, let's keep this going. All right, so we're gonna get some fresh brushes for this next part. Oh, who did? Oh, we did. Oh, amazing. Oh, amazing. Okay. Let's start working on this beautiful car. So, as I put the colors on, this is the undertone. So the colors that you see is not the final color of the car. It's what I want you to feel when you see the car at the end. So just follow the process. So we're gonna add some purple. The car won't be purple. By the way, I wonder who can guess what car this is. Let me know in the chat. Let's see who can guess what it is first. Mark Wash, thought it was a pink Range. Definitely not a Range Rover, more on the sports side, but let's see who can guess which car it is. Drop it in the chat if you can guess which car it is. So this one is actually, spoiler alert, a gift for Diamond Autosport for opening their doors to us today. If you do anything with cars, especially exotic cars here in Sacramento, they are the premier place to bring them. Let's brush that off. Who asked that? So Ray J40 just asked. Ray JQ just asked, is that a Ferrari F40? All right, yes, so that's the first right guess. So is a Ferrari F40. So if you have any notes for me, how to fix it, let me know. Yeah, I can only imagine this car in one color.
How long do you study an image before you paint it?
What did Nellie Lerma ask?
How long do you study an image before you paint it?
Okay, so how long do I study an image before I paint it? I don't practice necessarily, but I do study it for at least 30 minutes, and it always starts with the original image, finding an image that'll translate into this painting style. For example, if I took a photo of Jeremy with my iPhone, who is on the camera right now, that may not translate, but if I find one that has the right lighting, the right angle, it would translate a lot quicker so that when I study it, that process goes quicker. So again, I'll study for about 30 minutes and then throw myself into it and hope and pray. Okay. Yes, so someone just, awesome, thank you. Okay, so what was her name? Caparelli saw me open for Kiss on tour, and then what did they ask? 2019. Oh, so how do I know how to do this? Honestly, it was an accident. Like growing up, I was into art. I played music growing up as well, and then in high school I got into dance. When I didn't graduate high school, I couldn't go to art school. So I started teaching myself this painting style when I was 20 years old. I'm 42 now, never looked back. So it's self-taught, but only because of the life passions that came before this. A great question. Thank you for the questions, by the way. If you're asking them in the chat, thank you. Keep the questions coming. My wife is reading off some of the questions. Uh-huh. I think the hardest thing about painting someone live, so Cynthia Marie asked this, is it hard to paint someone live or from memory? I think it's all hard, you know? What's up, Gary? Can you come on and say hello real quick? Can you come on? Guys, celebrity appearance, Gary Gelfand, come on up.
Are we live?
I might get paint on you.
Oh God, oh
We
God.
are live. This is my world, buddy.
This is what I wear. I can't get, I wear like one outfit on TV every day, and so if you get paint on it, I'm in trouble.
Well, you're safe. You're safe.
Okay,
now.
good. Unbelievable stuff, dude.
Thank you. You want to say hello to
Yes,
everyone?
hello everybody. I have the app too. I was watching you through the app live.
Yes.
It's amazing. It works. It's awesome.
Awesome. Welcome, man. Good to see you.
You too, man.
Yes.
Phenomenal work as always. I love that one. That's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
So good.
Thank you.
He's the best. You guys.
Thank you. Mr. Gary Gelfand. So just so you know, I know you guys see me painting, but they're reading some of the comments to me as well, and I'll answer the questions as you leave them in the comments.
Hello.
Doing this Ferrari F40
Check 1, check 2.
in some Ferrari red.
Hey, babe.
Usually
Brian?
cars are pretty hard to paint, but this one's so iconic. You know, it's not easy, but it definitely is more fun than most other cars.
Brian said, shout out David and Shadi.
Oh, sweet. Brian said that?
Yeah, Brian.
Oh, you have the mic.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
Hey,
have the
Ray.
mic.
Can you hear that mic? Sweet. Okay, so when you talk in there, they can hear you.
Oh, hi, everyone.
Okay,
Sorry.
so Shadi's going to do some shout outs on the live stream. Go ahead.
Go. What's up, everyone? I'm the court reporter over here.
And then if you have a question, ask in the chat.
Yeah.
Shadi will ask it. Will relay that question to me.
All right, so Simply Marie's asking, on the top of your head, do you know how many paintings you have done?
Oh my God. I would say the back of napkin math, how many paintings I've done. Maybe someone's better at math. Maybe Chris can help me with this. So I do 100 shows a year. And let's just say on average, 2 paintings per show, plus some extra ones in the studio. So let's just say 200 for shows, an extra 30. So we had 230 for, let's just say at that pace for 18 years. We're doing the math right now.
You lost me already.
So I've done over 4,100 paintings. That's just like a ballpark guess. 4,100 paintings.
Wow.
And I probably have maybe only a few hundred left in my archive. So, not bad. Yeah, so those are all in an archive, like rolled up now, yeah.
At Bros and Boho, aka Shannon.
Yes.
She said, "What's your favorite painting you have painted to date?"
What is my favorite painting I've painted to date?
I feel like that's the most common question you get
Yeah.
asked, besides how much do you dry clean?
Yeah. Man, it's so hard. I'm just gonna say my favorite painting to date is always, it's my next one. It's the safest bet because we just found out over 4,100 paintings in my life. It's hard to choose. But thank you for the question. All right,
Yeah,
let me
have you
ditch
ever
these.
had an artist block?
Have I ever have artist block? I'll say this. So I used to get artist block until this became something that was bigger than me. For example, when you're just showing up to your studio and your art is only about you, you get blocked because you're like, you know, it's just dependent on your thoughts and how you feel about the art. Nothing wrong with that. Now being this kind of deep into it and this performance becoming bigger and more well known around the world is I want to create for a bigger purpose. So I'm never really at a loss of inspiration. Now, that doesn't mean every painting is good. That doesn't mean every painting is great, but I definitely don't have a problem just painting to create to have fun. And that's really ultimately all that matters to me. It doesn't need to be a masterpiece. It just needs to be fun. Great question.
Lisa Hinkle wants you to tell Danny to hurry up and gift her a painting of her dogs.
Who asked that?
Lisa Hinkle.
Lisa Hinkle, yes. Yes, Lisa, we're working on it. We'll get Danny on it too. Danny can hear. By the way, car enthusiasts, I'm sorry if there's like a part of this that's a little off. I don't have a picture next to me, but later on when I do see one, I will add those details later. So please forgive me in the meantime. All right, definitely important part, that Ferrari badge, that yellow. Another one, so the Ferrari badge on the front of the F40 is square as opposed to the traditional shield.
The fact that you just did a Ferrari symbol that fast is pretty crazy.
So cute.
So, what do you usually do when the pressure becomes too great for an upcoming performance and you need to relax your nerves?
That's a great question. Well, first I'll take a nap. No, at this point I thrive off the pressure. I think the bigger the pressure, the more excited I get about a show coming up, because there's nothing like the feeling of overcoming that pressure, getting to the other side and just thinking how much it was worth going through that and the fulfillment that you get from experiencing the pressure. So I welcome it. We're always kind of thinking now, it's the next crazy place we could perform or do a painting, or again, doing it with a live audience while we're live streaming. I enjoy the pressure. It's fun. All right. Okay, so Chris, can you ask what he asked? Say what he asked. It's all right. What did he say?
Oh, let's that's a great question.
So
So,
what do
you have opened up for many amazing performers.
Yes.
Kiss, an iconic rock band.
Yeah.
And Bocelli,
Yeah.
the best soprano in the whole wide world. Who is better to be on tour with?
That's an easy one. So I have to say, as entertaining as Kiss is, I've never cried every night at a concert until I was on tour with Bocelli. Like every night I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. I've seen this literally 50 times. And every night I'm side stage and I feel the tears coming on. It's such a beautiful experience. So I would say Bocelli is, and one thing that I learned from just watching Bocelli as well is to move with grace, but perform with power. Like he's overcome the biggest challenges, from him being blind to going from opera to pop, taking on the world and now selling out still arenas and stadiums. But he just moves with grace, performs with absolute power. So Kiss, on the other hand, they're fun, but they're just all rock and roll all the time. Like, all right, let's chill, guys. Can you make me cry? Please. Great question.
I will say they're in the best health and great shape for their age, still performing.
Yeah, I would say thank
Crazy.
you. But Kiss also rolled the dice on me as a painter to open up for them, and they saw what other people didn't see. So I'm very grateful for that.
Simply Marie, so sweet. She said, I love the enthusiasm of your wife. She sounds amazed.
What did she say?
She loves my enthusiasm.
Oh, that's sweet. Me too.
Thank you. I'm always blown away by his
All
performances.
right, real quick, I want to take a quick break from the questions. Wherever you're watching this from, can you drop your city, your state, or country where you're watching from so we can shout them out on there? And if anyone's watching it on TikTok, if you could, maybe Sophia, if you could pull up the TikTok live stream and share some of the TikTok comments. It's just my mom on there. All right, let's keep this going. We're getting there. Mo, do you have a place for this?
Right there.
Perfect. Yeah, all right. Thank you. We had to get it, I know we don't have F1 here, but like you're the closest to F1 in Sacramento, so that's what we're doing. All right. By the way, I love seeing all the new faces that arrived. Steven, I know Jasmine's probably here.
Hey,
we got a bunch of
Gigi.
friends. There she is.
G-Gang.
A lot of familiar faces here with us. Earlier today, if you missed it, we did interview John Worthington, one of the co-founders of Sircles, who's presenting this live stream. Also the host of my group chat and so many other communities and great recommendations. There's actually a link in my bio to join my group chat. When you join, it enters you to win future painting giveaways. So not this one, but future paintings. And also, the best part, aside from the giveaways, is just the creative community that we've become, and I'm so grateful for it.
We got Dude Hodges from Auburn. Handmade Arts from Josiah from Tanzania.
Okay, Tanzania watching.
Yeah, we have someone from Switzerland, Danny the Lee. Got Sacramento in the house, Grabber 650. Right, but I'm really bad at this at game.
You're doing great.
You can play this. Rai Bizanson from Sacramento. Queen Chedra, Reno, Nevada. We have, she couldn't be here, but she's sending love from New York. Irani. Everybody laughed at that. I don't know why. We got Elk Grove, 12 Margie.
Of course.
Lisa Hinkle, Sack in the House. Danis Moss, San Francisco. Since you're so used to painting big art,
Yes.
canvases, is it harder to paint smaller?
Yes. The hardest thing, aside from painting fast and big, is painting small.
Yeah.
I struggle with it so much, and maybe because it actually requires little skill to do that. But I just have more fun painting big. I love getting my heart rate up, and I do think it's kind of funny. I see the comments sometimes. They're like, "Why don't you paint normal?" And honestly, if I painted normal, we wouldn't be having this conversation, and I'd still be painting in my garage probably. Mm-hmm. So I say whatever style you create in, if it's different than everyone else, pursue it, because someone will see the value in it, and it could change your life and other people's lives as well. Okay, let's add a little bit of the sunset clouds. I'm trying to work in some color while the paint is still wet. So it kind of mixes, blends in.
Do you have paintings of your own at home?
Ooh, great question. I think I only have 1 or 2 paintings. The portrait of you, and the other one I did the White House.
And the dogs.
And the dogs. I do have paintings of my dogs. So fellas, step your game up. You need a portrait of your wife and your dogs, if you have dogs, or cats. So, either one. No pressure, but awesome. So again, this portrait right now, this painting of the Ferrari F40. It's going to be staying here at Diamond Autosport. Show them real quick the portrait I did earlier of Lewis Hamilton. You can see that behind the chairs. We'll pull that out as soon as I'm done with this one. All right, let's throw some paint. Get a little bit of water on this. These are all the little details that I want the collector to see and feel later on, even though it may not add to the live performance, but it'll stand out later as it hangs on the wall. And the goal, again, obviously the process needs to be entertaining, but the art needs to stand alone on its own. Just using some black to cut back into the black canvas. Splatter some more paint. Let's get that red. Mo, there may be paint on the door. He didn't hear me, awesome.
The fact that he's painting, talking, dancing.
Definitely not
still
dancing.
Looking good, guys. Let's give him a round of applause. It's like, you know how fighters talk after a fight? It's like, how do you do that? You're doing a great job, babe.
Thank you, thank you. She wants probably a steak for dinner tonight.
I do, right after this.
Little details. See, this is the part where I'm like, what? Is it done? Is it not done? So I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. Is now I'm looking at what is blending too much at what needs to be separated from the background so that that object stands out on its own. And then also, what extra life can I add to it that the viewer can feel later on, so I can add that white. This is the only Ferrari F40 I've done ever. Maybe the only Ferrari actually of Ferraris. All right. Good? All right, let's do it. Let's add a little bit more. Okay, I think we're all done. Let's do a Ferrari red handprint. You want to do it with me? Yeah, let's do it. All right. Make some noise for Mo. Yay. All right, Mo. Just a man that doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. Okay, so put your fingers in the red and then move it around your hands. We're gonna do this at the same time.
Jazz hands.
Okay. Okay, actually we're not gonna do the same time. I'll do one here and then you do one next to it right here. Okay? All right, so we'll count down for mine. 3, 2, 1. Okay, wait. You come over here, you come over. Okay, right next to it. 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
All right. Yo, thank you, man. Thank you so much for opening your space for us. This will be hanging here at Diamond Auto Sports. If you want to see it, you can stop by or not. Yeah, stop by. Okay. We're just inviting the world to come by. All right. Real quick before we wrap this up, too, John. I don't know if you're around. Can you come over here real quick? And Chadi, come over here. Bring your mic. We'll have you go over there. We'll just do one camera for this. Come on over. Let me bring this painting over too, just so we can get a cool image of this. Okay, this is bringing to an end. Come step over here. Bringing to an end our F1 inspired live stream. I think, how long have we been live streaming for? He's like, it's 2 a.m. Hour 40 minutes. I think it's the longest I've live streamed in a while, for a while. So, John, do you have any last words? You want to pick up this mic right here? Any last words? Obviously, today's a big day for Sircles. You've made it on an incredible journey already. Next, we've got a round closing.
That's right. Yes.
Yes.
And most important to me is just the gratitude I want to express to everyone here.
Yeah.
Our community supporting us. David for doing this amazing performance and supporting the app and our company and our mission. Thank you very much, everyone, and hope to make everyone a very successful investor.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you.
Download the app, guys. It's super fun.
And then any last words?
I just, again, want to encourage you guys to, whether you're investing or being a part of it, it's investing, being a part of it as well. Mm-hmm. So download the app. Again, we tried it out for a few months before we even decided to invest in it. But I'm telling you guys, if you know anything about us, is that we see something bigger than just being an app, and we're happy to be a part of it. And hopefully we can get some of you guys and be part of our circles so we can connect with you more personally. Yeah,
and then again, thank you everyone who showed up today. I appreciate you. Make some noise, that's right.
Thank you everyone for showing up.
And one last thing is to join our chat. So go to her social. There's a link in her bio, link in all my bios in the description to join the Garibaldi Arts Club. So yeah.
In the Sircles app.
In the Sircles app. Sircles with an S. All right, we'll take some pictures after we get off the stream, and we'll keep the stream going just on a wide shot as we hang out. And then we'll turn the music off and get Oasis going. Sweet. All right, guys. Thank you. Enjoy your night. Check out the paintings. And of course.